Good morning.
And welcome to Live with
So excited this morning. I'm
Lucky.
splashing coffee everywhere. Happy
I am just cozying up over here because it's so cold.
Thursday, February 4th. I hope you're doing well this morning.
I
Let's get
am. How are
started.
you? I woke up this morning saying thinking maps Thursday, but then I remembered it's
It is
actually
not
Black
thinking
History
about
Month, which
Thursday.
is
Yeah,
even better.
even better. All right, well, let's get started with our Shamrock Pledge, shall we? Ready? Salute, pledge.
We are the scholars of Shamrock Gardens. We are dedicated, committed, and focused. We prepare for greatness by doing our best every day. We cooperate with our classmates, teachers, and staff. We respect ourselves and all people. We know that hard work is the key to success. There are no limits to how far we can go. We dream big, believe, and achieve. We will graduate from high school and be college and career ready. We will succeed.
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
we will.
we're continuing Black History Month. I just love all of these pieces of work here. We have talked about Kamala Harris. We have learned about Hank Aaron. We learned about black violin yesterday, one of my favorites so far. And today is Dr. Vivian Thomas. I cannot wait to learn about this individual. So do you want to read for us today, Miss Caleb? And then I'll read a paragraph too. Okay, go ahead.
So Dr. Vivian Thomas, let's find out what this great man has done. It says, Dr. Vivian Thomas was born August 29th, 1910 in New Iberia, Louisiana. So 1910, over 111 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
He was an American laboratory supervisor who developed a procedure used to treat blue baby syndrome. Wow. Now known as cyanotic heart disease. In the 1940s, as a young man, Dr. Thomas had a desire to become a doctor. So he just worked as a lab supervisor, but he wanted to be a doctor. So he enrolled in the Tennessee Agricultural and Industrial College, currently known as Tennessee State University.
Cool.
As a pre-medical student. When the stock market crashed in the 1930s, Dr. Thomas had to cease his formal education. So he had to stop. He secured a job as a surgical research assistant with Dr. Alfred Blaylock at Vanderbilt University.
Wow.
This opportunity paved the way for Dr. Thomas's notable creation, developing a procedure to save children with cyanotic heart disease.
Wow.
During this time, Dr. Thomas was not allowed to directly work on patients and was subject to racism and pay classification and discrimination. Not cool.
So he wasn't allowed to work on people because of the color of his skin, and he was discriminated against, and he was not paid. Wow.
Yeah, and it's just incredible. And he wasn't, I don't think he was quite a doctor yet, because it said that he had to cease his formal education and instead got a job. But this is paving his way. Let's keep reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although he was a catalyst in developing the procedure to treat blue baby syndrome, Dr. Thomas was often left out of articles and pictures related to the world famous procedure. Though recognition of his medical contributions was overlooked and purposely dismissed publicly in 1968, the surgeons Thomas trained, who had been the chiefs of surgical departments throughout America, commissioned the painting of his portrait by Bob G. Oil on Canvas. 1969, the John Hopkins Allen Mason Chesney Medical Archives, and arranged to have it hung next to Blaylock's in the lobby of the Alfred Blaylock Clinical Sciences building. So his recognition was overlooked, that he developed.
He was the one who really did this.
Yeah, he's the one who really did it, but he got no praise. It was overlooked completely on purpose because of the color of his skin. But in 1968, the surgeons
during the civil rights movement,
they made sure that he got that recognition and that oil canvas of him was hung.
Well, let's keep reading. I think there's more on the next page. We can find out more of how his life. Oh, here he is in his older years. Let's find out. So After decades of working and contributing to the medical field, Johns Hopkins University presented Thomas with an honorary doctorate. Because of certain restrictions, he received an honorary doctor of laws rather than a medical doctorate, but it did allow the staff and students of Johns Hopkins Hospital and Johns Hopkins School of Medicine to call him doctor. After having worked there for 37 years, Thomas was also finally appointed to the faculty of the School of Medicine as an instructor of surgery. Due to his lack of an official medical degree, he was never allowed to operate on a living patient. And
in 2004, HBO released a movie about Dr. Thomas's life titled Something the Lord Made. Dr. Vivian Thomas paved the way for many medical doctors and contributed to procedures that have been life-changing. That is amazing.
You know what I love about his story is that he had a lot of setbacks, like the Great Depression set him back, and he had to stop his normal schooling. But
I mean, he had multiple factors stacked against him, even just starting with the color of his skin. And then,
right.
Being
and
here,
he didn't give up.
Yeah. And Johns Hopkins, University, that is in Baltimore, Maryland, huge, well-known hospital. And I just think that it is great that he finally received the recognition that he deserved. And this movie about him, I bet, is fantastic.
I kind of am interested now. Maybe, hopefully it's on Netflix.
Love a good documentary. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks for helping me learn about Dr. Vivian Thomas.
Yeah,
what a great man.
Yeah. And thank you to Miss Gerse, who's been also helping us pull some information about these folks. Before we close out, we want to make sure that everyone doesn't forget to turn in your cookbook if you have not, your recipes. Those are due Friday.
That's tomorrow, guys. Come on, you can do it.
You can do it.
Remember, your parents can just snap a picture of the recipe. Okay? Okay.
Have an awesome day of teaching and learning. We'll see you tomorrow on Live with Lucky.